attempt number 2. So this is going to be a long video, and I just want to talk about my life experiences is being a low status male, and my bitterness and my crappy love life. And it's quite pathetic, really. So yeah, and it's going to lead to some insights about human nature. That's why I want to talk about this. So, and what's brought this on is my obsession with a girl I was with 10 years ago. It suddenly flared up again because I've got nothing in my life, right? Well, romantically anyway. In some ways, my life is a lot better than it was, but I'm feeling pretty down right now, but whatever. And I made a mistake. I tried contacting this girl, and she just brushed me off and ignored me. So, yeah. So I've been a victim of sexual abuse as a kid. So I feel like I can say this. I've been thinking about this, and it might shock you hearing me say this, but I feel being a low status male discard and rejected by women and rejected by society and rejected by other men as well is worse than being raped. And I think there's a trauma to it. Isolated, lonely men end up killing themselves more. Okay? The lower the status, the greater the effect it has on your health. So I'm a mentally ill, low status discard, seen as a piece of shit, seen as a piece of trash by society. So I know what male neediness is like, and the male desperation to be with a woman. So desperate, and like you humiliate yourself, you degrade yourself. And I wouldn't say I hit the absolute limits of depravity with that, like degradation. There were certain limits. There were certain women I avoided who were interested in me, but when I avoided them, I sort of really regretted it at the time because this might be on my only chance. Like you get so fucking desperate. So I'm a mentally ill, unemployed, low status loser, set up to fail by society, set up to fail by my mother, set up to fail by the social services, right? And affirmative action is rape. Affirmative action is rape of men, right? It's rape in the sense that if you steal a man's status, he's going to be traumatized and he's going to end up killing himself, right? If a man has status and you steal his status from him, he's going to be divorce rape, and he's not going to get to see his kids, and he's at great risk of killing himself. So I'll call this status rape. Society status rapes men, ostracizes them, and status rapes men, right? I know this sounds extreme. I've been thinking this for a while now, and I just have to say it because I do honestly believe it. I honestly believe it. So, look, let's talk about rape, for example. There's 2 examples of rape, right? Let's say you get raped as a male or female, doesn't matter. In this analogy, let's say you get raped, and the whole of society is supportive of you. It encourages you to heal. It validates you. It says you're not to blame, right? Okay. You got family, you got friends there to pick you up and help you, and they network with you. You're probably going to heal from it. It's going to be traumatizing, but you're going to heal from it. But let's say you're a rape victim and you get laughed at, or you get ignored, and you get discarded, and people refuse to help you, or no, you weren't raped, right? Or you did something to deserve it, or they accept you've been raped, but they still don't call it rape, right? Oh, that's not rape. Oh, yeah, that happened to you, but that's not rape. We'll just gaslight you, right? Can you imagine you're just invalidated? You're probably more likely to kill yourself. Yeah? Okay. So that's an analogy. So I had an abusive mother. I don't want to go into details about that. I had this mega crush when I was like 22, an older woman, and she just abandoned me. I was never fully involved with her romantically. It only got up to kissing and hugging a little bit, but I was very weird and socially awkward, and I creeped her out eventually. I was too clingy, but look, she thought I was 16, even though I was 22, right? She was shocked to find out I was so old. and she was still flirting with me, and then she still dumps me. Like she thought I was 16, she was still toying with my emotions. So I actually won't forgive her for that. I actually hate her, but I acted weird with her as well, and we had arguments towards the end, and I was very verbally abusive towards her. And this is the thing. This is what caused me this. This is what set me off my downward spiral of mental health problems. The foundations were laid for my neglect and child abuse, but this is what sparked me off. So I started drinking, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is like, oh my god." I wanted to make up with her because I loved her and I wanted to speak to her again, right? But I was too scared to because I was scared of getting rejected. So I started drinking, and I never used to drink, and I get drunk really easily. And I started drinking heavily, and then I started self harming, right? And that's bitten me on the arse romantically. By the way, I've slept with one woman who noticed the cuts on my arm, and I never saw her again, right? So that's bit me on the arse. The sex wasn't very good anyway, so maybe there was no sort of chemistry there. But yeah, I started self harming and drinking, and look, I'm not going to blame it on society 100%. I think 25% of the blame is me, but 75% is society. Because if I was a female with the same mindset, the same dysfunctional mindset, I think I would have been okay. I would have been invalidated. I would have had emotional support. I would have had friends. I would have had a social network. So I would have been okay. But because I was male, I was a discard. I was a piece of shit. I was trash. So anyway, this German woman, I tried talking to her again. I missed you. My heart was going boom, 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 boom. I wanted to be with her romantically, but I just wanted to be with her. I just wanted to talk to her. I didn't want to lose her. The fact that she rejected me hurt me, right? I was scared. I was thinking, oh my God, she might hate me. She hates me. She doesn't like me. That caused me pain because I cared about her deeply. So I knew her for like nearly a year before we fell out. So anyway, yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk soon. So boom. And then I saw her again and she wouldn't talk to me. So I flipped out on her and we argued and she would never talk to me again. And I rarely saw her. We drifted apart from social circles. I saw her once, like a couple of years later, and she went in a bookshop and I tried speaking to her because I just wanted closure, right? I didn't want bitterness between us. And she was so fucking beautiful as well. It was unbelievable. And she went to the staff store to try and say, hey, this person's creeping on me and following me, which made me very angry. Then I saw her again when I was around 31. This is like, and she aged very badly. I'm giving these. I always give details for a reason. She aged very badly and got really wrinkly, but I still loved her. So you saw when you love, like your first serious love, you imprint on them. So it doesn't really matter what they look like. She still had the same smell, and I still loved her unconditionally. My heart still went boom, 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 boom. It's like a boom, 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 boom. Really strong feelings. It's a feeling of fear because I still wanted to have closure with her and just speak with her. I wasn't expecting to get in contact with her regularly, right? And she still wouldn't speak to me. So I screamed after her, you heartless fucking bitch. And then she walked off. And I will never forgive her for that. I will never forgive her. I will never forgive her. I will never forgive her. She like broke me. And I know it sounds like I'm advocating responsibility for her. I'm thinking maybe she didn't break me. She set me off. I still would have been broken, but she could have saved me a lot of pain and agony and anguish if you just spoke to me. And she wasn't scared of me because like one time I was in a cafe playing chess with some friends and she woke up to cuss me out. So she wasn't scared of me. So yeah, like I will never forgive you. If I ever saw you again, I'd pour a drink over your fucking face. That's how I honestly feel. Like, it's like a therapy session. And it hurt that she rejected me in the most painful manner possible. I'd like, literally, I'd never reject anyone like that. I honestly wouldn't. Like, I could get pissed off at people not want to talk to them. Right? I've had people I don't want to talk to anymore, and I'll just block them for a while. And if they want to speak to me again, I'll eventually speak with them. I'll relent. Right? But with women, they just cut people out completely, just out completely. I only bar someone completely if they're violent and abusive. Okay, and emotionally abusive as well. But anyway, so my first girlfriend when I was about 15 was abusive towards me, and I don't want to go into details about that. And I really did try and date women after that. I wasn't really interested because the sex wasn't very good. It made me question my sexuality. Then I met Bridget. That's when I met her. Uh, So when she discarded me, broke contact with me, I became obsessed with dating women for some reason. I wasn't that interested in it. I fantasized about it. I wanted to do it, but I wasn't going out my way to do it. And I was very shy around women as well. They made like Bridget used to laugh at everything I said. She used to be interested in my conversations. She'd like lean forward, rest her face on her hand, just look at me, laugh at my crappy jokes. Just interest in a woman like raising my confidence. So anyway, I was trying to date, online dating. And I don't want to go too much into online dating because that could be a whole video in itself. But women who flake and waste your time, they're not flaky. That's a cope term. They're sadists because women know that men are desperate to be with them. Okay, they're desperate to be with them. Absolutely fucking desperate to be with them. So they know they're causing them pain when they're toying with them and taunting them and flaking on them, getting their hopes up, leading them on, and just dropping them out, breaking contact. They do it on purpose. Pure sadism. Okay? So yeah, women who use men for meals and dating. Like there's one woman, right? She messaged me, she seemed interested in me, and she just linked me to her social media. She was kind of trying to collect social media followers, and she had on her social media, men are trash, right? So women are trying to emotionally hurt men when they act like this. It's not an accident. It's fully intentional. This is a cope. Right? Men want to erase female malicious intentions. It's cope by men because they have to face up to the. I don't. I never said that all women hate men, right? But I don't really think women care about men that much. They sort of like some of them a little bit. They have some affection for them, but they don't truly love them. They don't. They don't. They might love their sons, but in a very solipsistic, limited way, like in a possession type way, right? And even then, the female disdain for men overrides maternal instincts a lot of the time. Okay. So yeah, I was trying to date women. I was just desperate to be with a woman. I dated some weirdos. Yeah. So I got into some weird fucking shit as well. And I don't want to talk about the weird shit I got. Weird shit I wasn't really interested in, but that women were interested in just to impress them. So I'm not, I'm not going to leave. The thing is, women are far more freer than men to talk about the vulnerabilities and talk about themselves truthfully. I'm male, and there's a limit to how frank I can be, right? So, but I was talking about weird fetishes that I didn't really have an interest in, just to impress women, right? So, yeah. So there's another one. Like I was so desperate. It's weird. I was flirting with women all the time online. I got really desperate. I just like flirt with women aggressively. And I was actually quite successful at getting online girls interested in me and interacting with them. And one of them was this like really attractive Asian single mother. Like she was like a fucking model. Like if you like Google best looking Asian porn stars and you see the top 10 list, this woman would beat them all out. Like she was fucking stunning. She liked doing really sexy talk for me. She was in America though as well, right? So I noticed that was a very common thing as well. I got a lot of American women or overseas women wanting to talk with me. A lot of them married, but nearby ones weren't interested. So they were originally just getting attention online, making sure there was a distance to it, in my opinion. So there's no chance of meeting up in real life. But anyway, what this woman did to me, she just in the Facebook group, she just called me a creep in front of everyone. I stopped being creepy, and that made me absolutely fucking furious. So yeah, that's just one example of something. And I flirted with a woman in a sex chat group, and exposed my messages with her. They're all completely consensual, and she like just wolf whistled, like she signalled, "There's a creep here sending these messages," and like she was like sending them back to me as well. But like she just decided to do that, and I got kicked out of the group. That made me very angry as well. So I don't flirt with women online. Okay, not like how I used to. So yeah. So anyway, trying to date women and being deselected, and I was under looksism delusions, and I was under POA delusions, but I soon found out they don't work, right? And I know this is going to sound arrogant and egotistical, but I was very, very good looking, right? And I still think I'm pretty good looking. Well, I think my looks look a bit weird as I'm getting older because I've got very boyish looks. So it looks weird when you get older. You sort of look shriveled up, and I'm starting to look like that. I'm starting to get wrinkly. But anyway, I was really good looking. I've, I, I've been with like big boobed women. One big boob, well, not big boobed women. One big boob woman, and she slept with me. Didn't go well though, but she was talking about how handsome I was. Right? I've had gay men proposition me because of my looks. I've had women glance at me. Right? Okay. That actually one of the most successful times getting glances at women. I'm not saying successful women, but getting loads of glances at women is when I wore a suit. Right? For a court case. And I was getting glances from women because I looked high status. I had one good suit in good condition that I kept for job interviews. And I turned up in court wearing it. So I looked like a professional. About one of the only few times that I did. So it's status. It's not looks. It's not looks. Now, I sometimes wonder if it's my height. Because I'm 5'8", but I think that has some effect. It gets me deselected, but not that much. Right? I think the status is the main factor. So that's the most important factor. So yeah, people still cling on to looksism. And no, penis size doesn't matter either. I know people obsess over penis size. Like having a big penis, I know as well. Having a big penis won't get you a date. Okay, like what are you gonna do? What are you gonna go to a nightclub and show women your penis if it's big? And oh yeah, I fancy him. He's got a big penis. It doesn't fucking happen like that. Come on, come on. Yeah, yeah. Okay. uh, but anyway, my date. I was so desperate that I degraded my. Like, there's one time I went on a date with a woman, and she was fucking me about, and I was sucking up to her, right? And I had this deep. I wasn't aware of it, and I had this deep seated anger and resentment. And there was this Eastern European bus driver who was rude to me over something. I can't remember what it was. I was asking him a question. He was rude. And I've never been so close to killing someone in my life. I'm not joking. All this suppressed anger came out, and it's called misplaced aggression. It was misplaced aggression. It was my resentment towards her coming out at him, right? So dating women make you feel like dirt. They just waste your fucking time. Okay? So, so there's a point to this, so don't worry. I'm not just bitching about dating. I'm trying to talk about the mental effects this has on me. And you got to bear in mind, I lost a lot of male friends as well because I was very erratic and I was very weird and I was very low functioning. I was a discard. So I think like desperately wanting to date was like a substitute for having like almost no social life. Right? Okay. So around 2014, I was posting on rants and raves. I was posting anti-feminist political opinions. And I'm really ashamed of this, but at one level I'm ashamed, at another level I don't give a fuck, and I'm going to take what I can take. But I feel really, I still feel conflicted about this, but I felt really conflicted at the time. Okay, so this feminist girl, right, and she's clearly a radical feminist as well, but later on she says, oh, I'm not really a radical feminist after I hooked up with her. I'm not one of those man-hater feminists. right? It's talking out both sides of her neck. But anyway, she accused me of being like Elliot Rodgers, and I called her a fucking cunt. Get the fuck out of here. And then she started messaging me all the time, and then she wanted to date me, right? And then she showed me her picture, and it's like very cute, and she's actually a very attractive Asian girl. It's basically like my dream anime girl. I'm not joking. Yeah. Anyway, we met up. We saw a movie. I think like 12 Years a Boy or Boyhood. About a child growing up. So I know it's 2014. Went to the cinema with her. We met in the Holland Park and kissed. And I got an instant erection. So there's another problem with dating because my options are so limited. Because like sometimes I can get 1 or 2 dates a year if I try really hard. Okay, my most successful was probably like 4 a year when I was absolutely obsessed and desperate. And then the problem is, a lot of women I've dated, I've got no chemistry with. There's no pheromones, and when I kiss them, there's nothing there. If there's nothing there when you kiss a woman, there's no point sleeping with her because it's going to be shit. Okay, so when your options are limited, like, the women you have chemistry with, you treasure more, right? If I was like some high status rock star and I had groupies, it probably wouldn't matter so much, right? But yeah, and she was very affectionate. She was gushing over my looks. She was praising me all the time, laughing at my jokes, spoke on the phone all the time. We met in real life. We emailed. She was like snooty and had a few weird arguments with me over email. But anyway, she just dumped me suddenly. And I was acting weird around her as well, though, because I was very conflicted. I was very ambivalent because I felt I was betraying my principles. And I sort of knew in the back of my head she was going to dump me sooner or later anyway. So I was like doing weird shit tests, a lot of posturing behavior, posturing towards her, saying weird things, right? Okay. But then she dumped me and I had a massive meltdown. And I wasn't honest with myself. I was like, oh, I don't need her. I'm a big towel. And this weird blabbering video. And this is how fucking weird it was because it's posturing as well. It's like very conflicted, contradictory feelings. So I did this video to get her attention. I did this video to show that I didn't need her. I didn't want her. I did this video to show that I regretted ever meeting her and she did me harm. I did this video hoping she'd watch it. She was sub to my channel. And I linked to it via a phone text as well. I did it to hope that she'll change her mind and take me back. I did it to hope she'd like just speak to me. It's not even like I told her because I wasn't being 100% truthful. I said, look, I'm not interested in having sex with you right now. For the time being, I'm not really interested in sex. I just want to be your friend. It's just a very weird thing to say to a woman, but yeah, because she seemed really interested in me. Like, she sent me emails saying she might be pregnant, which I actually liked because I busted her raw. Okay, because I wanted to breed her. I know it sounds crazy. Okay, it's part of a weird fetish thing with her. Yeah. Yeah. She sent me also. It's like, wow. Right. And she has 2 kids now, but they're not mine. They're too young. But yeah. Right. Yeah. But and also yeah. God. And we had an argument one time, and I said, "That's fine. I won't speak to you again." And she like begged me not to. Never argued like it with her in real life, by the way. Not once, but it was all online. And I argued with her online. She was being a snotty brat, and I said, "Oh, fine. I won't speak to you again." She said, "No, please, please. I know you think I'm a femi Nazi, but I'm not. Please don't stop speaking to me." And I felt boom, 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 boom. I suddenly felt this concern and strong feelings for her, and I didn't want to hurt her. And I didn't want her upset. It's like boom, 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 boom. I said, "Oh, all right then, whatever. I'll, I'll speak to you later." Yeah. And then when I contacted her, she suddenly just didn't want to speak to me anymore. And I said, "Yeah, yeah. What is it? What is it?" And she said, "Yeah, I like you, but you're lazy, right?" Because she wouldn't take me to her place. I took her to my place, which was a dump, right? and she knew I was unemployed and low status, and she sort of tried nudging me to try and get a job, and I didn't really want to. I was too fucked up in the head. I tried seriously getting a job a few years before, and I tried seriously getting a job a few years later. And I could do a video on trying to get a job, but I don't open myself up to vulnerabilities. But men get fucked around. Men with no good, weak work history and bad education, they get fucked around in the workplace. Disrespected and degraded. It's like how employees treat employees is not rational. It's a show of social dominance. It's a social dominance instinct. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, you're right. I don't hate you, but you're lazy. And I hung up. This is last. And she texted me, and she says, "How rude! How rude!" So anyway, that's when I did the long rambling YouTube video, but only kept it up for like 24 hours. It's like I was drunk at the time. Tried texting her a few times, but then I stopped and I thought, how am I gonna? I knew I wanted to plead with her, get her attention, argue with her, talk to her. Just it's not like I wanted to. I just wanted to be in life on some level, even just as a friend. So I just beg her to take me back, to have her attention. So what I had to do is to get really strong act of willpower. Deleted all the pictures, deleted all the emails, deleted her contact, deleted her phone number from Google, deleted it from my SIM. And you got to leave it deleted for 30 days to lose it permanently from the backup. And I managed to do that, and it took a lot of willpower. My feelings were so strong. And I'll talk about what my feelings were for so strong, because this is commonality of male nature, in my opinion. This is why I'm talking about this. Right? So, yeah. And like a year, and so anyway, I used to masturbate to the memory of her, because it was the greatest sex I ever had, and I don't think I'll ever have sex like it again. And there's a very strong possibility that I will die before ever having a girlfriend again. I'm never going to have kids. Women don't want me. I'm a mentally ill, deselected, low status loser, right? And yeah, I used to be very manic and high conflict, and I'm more low functioning now. But yeah, if someone messes with me, I'll still explode at them and get very aggressive, because I got bullied in children's homes, actually. Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, so anyway, I eventually had a mental breakdown a few years later, and I became shut in for like 3 months. I couldn't leave the house at all. Like my mail built up. I didn't eat properly. Like I just like forced myself to go to the supermarket and stocked up on tins of beans. Just ate them for like months at a time. Like I was just wasting away. Absolute fucking mess. Absolute fucking mess. So anyway, yeah. So why did this have such a strong effect on me? So why? Because men, there's like a male needing a spectrum, female male needing a spectrum of needy males needing a woman. And I'm pretty high on the spectrum, but I've got self awareness. I don't think I'm the absolute highest, but I'm pretty high on the spectrum. I like female validation. I like female affection. I like female attention. Right. Okay. So, and what and on an instinctual level, or what women thought of me mattered to me. Right, and on some level it still does, but not like it used to, because I logically know what women are, but what women thought of me mattered to me, and I didn't want them to hate me. I didn't want them to like me. I didn't want them to think I was a creep. I didn't want them to think I was a loser. Right. So when they gave the message that they thought I was these things, it hurt and upset me, and it angered me. Right. So I've been getting my entire life messages from women that I'm trash, that I'm shit, that I'm garbage. And I was hurt by women who, Bridget, the first German woman who rejected me, hurt me. And I'll call this the one I slept with, Nymph, because that was her nickname she gave herself, right? And Nymph, accepted me. She said, oh, wow, a woman likes me. She laughs at my jokes. She sleeps with me. She makes eye contact with me. She gushes over me afterwards in emails, telling she's thinking about me. Right? It's not this zone out sex. I think a lot of men, heterosexual men, never experience intimacy with a woman who find them attractive. Like they just find one or two women and they just get zone out sex. Right? Or they get one woman in their life. They have a little bit of sex. The woman's not really into it. She ties him down and she cuts him off from the sex, which is sadism, by the way. To go and sleep with a man you don't find attractive, right? Live off him and parasite off him, and then cut him off from sex, right? Denying him what he wants, denying him the opportunity to get another woman. That's sadism, right? It's not just selfishness, it's sadism. But anyway, so it was like I was in a desert of female desperation, and this girl was like an oasis, right? She was in an oasis. And the thing is, I did resent her, and I still sort of do on some level, but it's not as strong as it was, right? Because I think I gained more from being with her than not. And I did go on a bender after she dumps me, but that it's not like the Bridget one, the first one. That was a ticking time bomb waiting to happen, and then it was my fault, to be honest. So I sort of blame. Well, I don't really blame myself how I behaved in my 20s, but in my 30s, it starts becoming my responsibility. I really wish I could have my early 30s back and just fix myself. So yeah, and I want to talk about the power differential emotionally, which I really resent. I'm actually very jealous of female sexual power and their social power. Like the most, like I know this autistic girl online, and she's got a boyfriend. Autistic men don't have girlfriends, right? Okay. Autistic women are more likely to get jobs, more likely to be in social circles. They could get relationships like the snap of their fingers. Fat, ugly women, unemployed women could get relationships. Unemployed women, mentally ill, druggy women could get relationships. I've seen ugly skeleton women dying of hepatitis, right? Land a good-looking man with a job, right? Okay. And Nymph, she told me she slept around a lot and she's had sex with lots of men. Fucking crazy going in a raw, but I didn't care. I just wanted a chance to have a beautiful woman raw, and I wanted to come in her, and I was going to do it, and she wanted it, so I gave it to her, right? So whatever, but yeah, and I sort of suspect that she gets off on the early hormones of new relationships, and then she moves on to the next one. So she's totally careless and selfish. So I'm a low status discard with emotional hang-ups, and she's basically toying with me. And I'm not sure if that was a motive or not. I don't know, but she wanted to be with me, and when it was time to end it, she was going to end it. And I'm trying to say, did I drive her away? Could I have kept it going? And I think I could have kept it going for like. I think I could have escalated it until I took her anal virginity because she claimed she was an anal virgin at the time. She had a very tight pussy, right? I could have escalated and had some more fucks with her probably, but it was going to end sooner or later, and I was going to be upset and devastated sooner or later because she's all I had, basically. She was like my lifeline. I'm just like, I'm just interchangeable to her. Like the way she was intimate with me, affectionate with me, and then it ends. Snap of fingers, ends. I think men need to realise this. Bang. Like, men are going to think, oh, she's the one, I found her, boom. And I didn't really care about mate guarding. I was scared about the risk of catching STDs, right? But I didn't care about mate guarding. As long as she was willing to be with me. Even if it was like a couple of times a year, if we spoke every now and again, the fact that she wanted to be in my life and just interact with me and catch up with me, that's all I wanted. And I've got to say, quite honestly, that I love her. I love her, not loved. I love her. It's very difficult to say. And I love her unconditionally. Though I don't think she's objectively a good person. There's worse women than her, though. I'll tell you that. She was a weird Elliot Rodgers fangirl who used to talk about Elliot Rodgers. She talked about Elliot Rodgers in person with me. She was a fangirl. That's why she called me Elliot Rodgers when she first emailed me. It was part of her fucking fetish. Like when women accuse men of being rapists and abusers, that's part of their fetish, right? Because they get often thought of abusive, violent, rapist men. So they like accusing random men and dragging them into their fucking weird fantasies. So she's a fucking weirdo feminist. And I shouldn't love her, but I do. And I felt really conflicted about it. And I have to come to terms with my own nature because being ambivalent, conflicted, lying to yourself is not good for your mental health. You've got to be honest with yourself. I can't stop myself from loving her unconditionally, right? And like I don't really have revenge fantasies against her. I've got revenge fantasies against Bridget. They don't involve. They don't. I fantasize like pouring like water over her, or she's getting attacked, mugged, and she's going, "Help me, help me! I'm getting raped," and I just walk off and laugh. That's my revenge fantasy. But I don't have fantasy of harming her directly. Right. This second one, I don't really have revenge fantasies against her at all. Right. And I've thought about killing myself to get her attention, which is very weird. I thought about, especially when she first dumps me. I want to if I hang myself and I send her a video of it, right? I'm not sure how to do that, but anyway, would she like remember me then? It's like it's fucking pathetic, I know, but whatever. I did think these things, but yeah, I don't resent her. Like, the intimacy, I benefited from it because it helped me understand myself and women better when I processed it. But what she did, she toyed with a powerless male and the power differential. Like to me, she's the love of my life, and I'll treasure her, the memory of her forever, even though it's very bittersweet. But to her, it was Tuesday. So I've been obsessing over her recently and going. I went on a bit of emotional bender. I feel like I regressed in my mental health because I tried contacting her and she just ignored me. I did reverse AI search. I think I was lying to myself at first. I had found one old image of her which I treasure. I wanted to find more, and yeah, and I did with reverse AI search, face search, and I found her social media. Found out stuff about her, like she's married, she has 2 kids, and she's lost quite a bit of it. Now she's still good looking structurally, but she's lost that freshness. She's if I'm 42 now, she's going to be 35 now, but she's always going to be good looking. But yeah, she was really good looking though, like really good looking complexion. But yeah, and I messaged her like message of closure. I shouldn't have done it, and I thought, right, I've got it out of my system. And like the next day, my ego says like she's ignoring me. She's ignoring me, and it got me angry. She's ignoring me. How dare she ignore me? And then I was thinking up memories of when she first dumps me, and my other memories when I was, when my life was my life, and being a discard, and being alone, being lonely for years. Okay, and I sort of re-traumatized myself, and I shouldn't have tried contacting her. I knew it was bad. I knew it was bad. It wouldn't end well, right? And she just ignored me. Like maybe she doesn't even remember me, right? Like how many men has she slept with? And I'm not even talking about this from a the thing is, if women slept around with all men equally, that'd be great. I just don't like being cut out, and I do feel I'm entitled to sex. Not in like I want to force myself on all women. I feel that I'm getting cut out from having sex with women who find me sexually attractive because of my low status. Right? I'm entitled to intimacy. I'm a fucking human being. If I was an ugly, repulsive fuck, fine. If I stank or had a fucking disgusting face, fine. I wouldn't want to sleep with a woman. I want to make her feel uncomfortable. I wouldn't blame them. But I'm being cut off from fucking intimacy because I'm low status and I've been set up by society to be low status. And because I'm low status, I can't get status. And because I'm older, I'm low status. I've got no work history. I can't get status. Fuck you! Fuck you! That's what I honestly feel. How dare you do this to me? How dare you? Yeah? That's what I feel. Women, they could go and get a fucking job. They could get a fucking job with affirmative action. They should just get a fucking job like nothing. They network, get fucking jobs. They don't even need. They drive men out of fucking jobs they need. Rape them of their fucking status. Then they fucking drop out. Retire early. All right? They push men out of higher education. They don't even get a fucking job. They just look for a high status husband with their degree. Fucking disgusting. So yeah, I am fucking resentful. Fuck you. Fuck you. But I tell you one fucking thing, all these men that kill themselves over there, I'm never fucking killing myself. Right? Fuck you. You're not driving me to fucking suicide. Fuck you. Burn in fucking hell. Yeah? Fucking sick. Fucking sick. Like, men are attacked for being fucking incels, for being sexless, for being low status. They're treated like fucking niggers, like scum. They're considered the same as fucking niggers. White racists, how they thought all black people as niggers, right? Men are seen as the fucking same. We're fucking trash. We're fucking garbage. Stealing a man's status is raping him. Society should. I'm not a tradcon, right? Because it still would be bad, right? But structure has to be. Society has to be structured to get men jobs and status first. Men need their status and jobs. Until if we could somehow manage to change society where men, low status men, are treated decently, fine. But they need their fucking jobs. It's rape. It's a form of fucking rape. Because traumatized, low status men kill themselves. It's abuse. It's ostracization. It's torture. It's a slow, relentless grind of torture. And look, I've made bad decisions. I've fucked my own life up. So I share the blame on some level. But again, if I was a woman, I would have a job by now. I would have a family. I would have validation. I would have a big social circle. Right? Yeah, so this is the fucking, yeah. So men are emotionally vulnerable and needy. And they're discarded and they're set up to fail. They're needy, they want women in their lives. Women don't really need men emotionally. They use them. And the best you can hope for from a woman is that she's sort of okay to you. Right? That's it. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm going to upload this and keep this up. It might put my channel at risk, but I don't really care. I've admitted some things I shouldn't really admit, but I don't give a fuck. Yeah. So yeah. I'm gonna, and the thing is, it's powerlessness that I feel. Powerlessness, and it's not just a feeling. I am powerless. I've been made powerless, and I don't want to gain power through the status treadmill. I want give me free fucking status, society. Hand me a make work job, right? Give me that. Give me what women get for free. Yeah. I know it's not going to happen, but whatever. And the thing is, men are such fucking idiots. They can't engineer society that way because they hate other men and want to tear them down to compete with women, not really realizing they're tearing their own status down. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, I got to thank Alex Cat for being my friend and saving me. Because I'd be a complete mess without him. I'm still a mess, but I'd be worse. Yeah. I don't like feeling powerless. And that's one of the reasons why I quit making videos. And I lost interest in men's rights. Because men are so fucking stupid. And they can't organise. They can't compartmentalise their romantic life from the activism and their ethics and principles and their political philosophy. They're just useless. They're defeated slaves, bitch boys. And I'm a bitch boy. We're fucking bitches to women. They socially dominate over us, right? We're nothing to them. Yeah, and I don't like feeling helpless. So that's why I took my channel down. And I'm gonna do videos like maybe once a month on certain topics. Like I want to focus on why the men's rights movement is a failure. That's going to be my main focus. I'm sick about talking about feminism, the same talking points over and over again. I want to talk about feminism and how it's related to the failures of men's rights. And I might have to do videos on why feminism succeeds as well, what feminists actually do right. To talk about why men's rights movements fails, right? But yeah. Oh, this video ended up being 45 minutes long as well, but I'm keeping this one up. Hopefully it will upload quickly because it's on a really low resolution format.